Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of My Iridescent Lifestyle. Thank y'all so much for coming to hang with your girl. You know I appreciate y'all. So, in some of the previous videos, if you guys remember, I've been hinting or bringing up at some point, we're going to embark on my fitness journey. Well, I got some news for you. Today is that day. We getting into my fitness journey, y'all. So, I'm going to probably break this up into maybe a 2 to 3 part series because I don't want to keep y'all too long. I know that it's getting warm outside. The sun is shining. Y'all ain't trying to sit here listening to no YouTuber talk for 20 or more minutes. So I'm going to try to keep this quick and short, to the point or whatever. But we're going to break this up into a series so that we can make it nice and easy for you guys. So where did your girl start? So I've always been a chunkier girl. I've always been heavier. I just accepted it. There have been many times I've tried, different diets, or I've tried, from doing research online and be like, oh, I'm going to be on a diet. I'm going to, exercise, and I'm going to run on a treadmill. I'm going to go walking, but nothing ever stuck. So I would pretty much yo-yo diet. I would do a diet, then I would stop. I would, start working out, then I would stop. So we're going to fast forward to when I met my now husband, Mrs. Turner, y'all. So y'all will meet him at some point in life. So we got together, and right when we got together, I was kind of starting to get into my, my weight loss, and it was kind of sticking. I was doing Zumba classes at the Y, and I was, working out and doing water aerobics and all that stuff, and it was great. I was loving it, and I was losing a little bit of weight. Your girl was getting a little curvy. So then the love bug struck me. I met my now husband, and we were loving life. We were traveling. We were, going out. We was drinking. We was, taking road trips, going to all types of restaurants. We was doing what we wanted to do. And I started packing on some love pounds. And he started packing on some love pounds. But we were okay with, where we were at. We never really, I guess, looked at it as a problem. Or at least verbally discussed that with each other. So everything was good. And fast forward, we got married. I had a kid in the process, so we'll talk about that at another point, but I had a baby, and yeah, that story is crazy. So we'll probably have a story time about that, because when I tell y'all that, y'all gonna be like, what? But yes, so we got married, and around, I want to say 2020, maybe, I was turning 20. It was on my birthday, turned 29, and I'm a coffee drinker. Your girl loves coffee. I love my Starbucks. I love my Dunkin' Donuts and everything in between. So I was like, okay, I'm going to, I work a desk job. So on the way to work, I'm like, I'm going to go, it's my birthday. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to get me a coffee. So I was trying to be all fancy. So I got a nitro cold brew. I will never forget the name of that drink. So I got a nitro cold brew. Get to work. I'm just sipping on my coffee. Work is cool. I start getting a headache, but it wasn't like a regular headache. It was right just centralized in the back of my head. My fingers started getting a little tingly. My toes started getting tingly. My vision wasn't blurry, but I just didn't feel like, it was just very weird. It wasn't just like one thing. So I told my supervisor, she's like, so you need me to call the paramedics? I'm like, no, I don't think it's that bad. But my sister's a nurse, so I called my sister. She's like, you probably need to go check your blood pressure. So she's like, if you can, and if you feel okay driving, go to, CVS or Walgreens, whatever. So I go, check my blood pressure. I take the number and I plug it into my phone, just on Google. It brings up a blood pressure chart. Y'all, your girl was about to stroke out. I was about to stroke out. My blood pressure was so high. I don't remember the number, but it was insanely high. So my sister was like, you need to go to, You need to go to urgent care or the emergency room. And I didn't want to go to the emergency room, so I went to urgent care. Urgent care, they took me in. By the time they took me in, my blood pressure did go down a little bit, but it was still high. So there was nothing really that they could do right then and there. So they were just like, you need to, rest, follow up with your PCP. They did do a checkup, and, they ran some type of test to look at my heart. They said that was fine. But I just needed to, follow up with my PCP. So let's just say we fast forward, I make an appointment, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I get to my primary care doctor. They're like, your blood pressure is still high. It's not in the area that it was, but it's still high. So they were like, we're going to put you on medication. And I was devastated because I was like, I'm 29 and y'all put me on blood pressure medication? Like, this ain't it. This is not it. This ain't the 1, the 2, or the 3. So they're like, just keep, make sure you take the medication, try to change your eating habits, break away from sodium if you can. Also, get active a little bit. Cool. So I went through the cabinet. My husband helped me. We got rid of all the seasonings that had salt in it. Started buying, Mrs. Dash. And so I started, with, cutting back, no fried foods, or not as much fried foods. If I can get a grill option, I would do stuff like that. So that worked. And, I started monitoring my blood pressure. My blood pressure started going down. So I was like, okay, let me start getting active. So my husband, he was in the thick of his weight loss and he was killing it. So he was going to LA Fitness. So he recommended, like, why don't we start going to the gym together? Why don't you get an LA Fitness membership? They had a child's daycare there. So you could drop your kid off, go work out, boom. So then I'm loving it because they have Zumba. They had spin classes. They had like different boot camp, butt workout, booty boot camps and all that. They had, ab workout classes, all types of stuff on top of the regular gym. So I was like, this should be good. I think I could do this. So 2 days of me going to the gym, just 2. COVID came through and she shut everything down. Gym closed down everything. I was like, you know what? The devil show is busy. Because how is it that as soon as I really start taking my health and everything seriously, COVID want to come through and stop the party? Like, I couldn't believe it, y'all. I could not freaking believe it. So that was that. So my husband's like, we still got to keep this journey going. We got to figure this out. So, everything was really closed down. You couldn't go shopping like you wanted to. It was just crazy around these parts. So we went, on Amazon. If we would go to Walmart, we would try to get, resistance bands, little 5-pound hand weights, yoga mats. At some point, we even had like a weight bench in here. We transformed my son's room into a gym. So it was his room, but we would bring everything out from the closet and set up, do our workout, and then put everything back, and boom. So I was doing that. I was losing like maybe 1 to 2 pounds. Maybe I really still wasn't paying attention to how often I was losing weight, but I was just kind of like, oh, I feel better, and I was really just monitoring my blood pressure because I wasn't really so much worried about the weight, but more so getting my blood pressure down and getting off that medicine. So we were still in the thick of, Corona, everything. So my husband and I, we started trying to be creative because we was tired of being in the house. So we found a tennis court up the street from the house, and nobody really went up there. There was also a baseball field. We would, walk laps up there, got my son out of the house. We'll talk about that at some point as well. We got a little superhero on our hands. So, we had to get him out of the house and, get him, break up, just being in the house and being stuck with each other and all that. So we would, go up to, the park and, run and, do little exercises and everything. And it was cool. But I still just, I was doing good with the eating part, but the working out, I was like, I don't like this. It's not fun. It's not fun. And I'm a fun girl. So I came across a social media post from a guy named Philip Whedon. So he had came to Pittsburgh a couple times and he had led what he calls extreme hip hop. And I had took 2 of his classes. Every time he came, I was like, oh, I gotta go. Cause it was fun. So he started going live and, posting videos of, step workouts. So I started following along with that, but it wasn't on a consistent basis. I think he might have been going live like 2 days out of the week. So I would do that, when he did go live, and I would still do my regular, little weight exercises or stuff that I would find on YouTube. So I found out that he was running a 30-day challenge every month where you would sign up. It was only $10. And like I told y'all, your girl loved to save coins and I don't want to go broke trying to lose weight and anything else. So I was like, $10, I could do that. And he would post, you would get access to this private Facebook group and you would work out. He would post extreme hip hop step workouts. There would be hip hop cardio workouts. There would be strength training workouts and body weight workouts. And it was like Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday, they would post the videos. You could do them whenever you wanted at your leisure. And that was another thing that was important to my schedule. So I started doing that and I started losing weight. Like, I was losing like for the month, maybe 2 pounds, 3 pounds. And I was kind of getting discouraged because you see people online, they're like, I lost 10 pounds in 10 days. And you're like, dang, like, why ain't this working for me? But then my husband had to put it into perspective. He's like, of objects. Think about a 5-pound bag of potatoes. That's heavy. If you holding a 5-pound weight, that's heavy. Think of that when you think of, oh, I only lost 3 pounds or I lost 4 pounds or whatever. So once I started thinking about that, I was like, okay. And then he was like, also, don't always look at the scale. He was like, look at your measurements. What is your body, what's your waist measuring? So once I started looking at that stuff, I started seeing like I was really losing a lot more weight than what the scale was showing. And he was like, you're not taking into, account that you might have put on muscle because you're doing strength training, you're doing body weight exercises, stuff like that. So losing weight is complex. It's complex. So I was going with that. And then they started adding, like maybe 2 months into me doing the challenges, they started adding meal plans. So you pay an additional fee. You can get a meal plan for the month for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. They tell you what you could have, what you couldn't have, and boom. So I started doing that. So then I really started losing weight. It was still maybe only like 4 pounds a month, but the measurements were changing. My face was slimming down. Like I could visually see the weight loss, and I was taking pictures and doing my measurements. So that's when I really started seeing it. So I was like, I'm loving this, y'all. I'm loving it. And that's where I started. So I'm going to stop here. We got a lot to talk about. We still got a lot to uncover. Where I'm at now, my journey, what it looked like, what it felt like, everything. So I'm going to stop here because, like I said, I want to keep it short for you guys. We're going to, break this up into a series. But if you got this far, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you can take this journey with me. We can take this journey together because I know that it ain't easy. It's not easy. And I'm just getting started. But if you've gotten this far in the video, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure that you comment, like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Subscribe to your girl's channel because I feel like I'm a little entertaining and I got some information that I can share with you guys that might help or that you might like. So make sure that you do all that stuff. And above all, make sure that y'all live a iridescent lifestyle.